I'm standing in a cold, empty apartment, my entire world crumbling around me, as I stare at the man I thought I knew, the man I thought I loved, and he's not even fighting for me, for us, for our unborn child. A year ago, I would have never imagined myself in this situation. My husband and I had been together for 3 years, married for 1, and from the outside, it seemed like we had it all. We were young, in love, and building a life together. But looking back, there were problems that I didn't know existed, problems that I didn't even suspect. My husband had always struggled with addictions, alcohol, porn, and masturbation, but the only issue I knew about before the wedding was the alcohol. He had a tendency to drink too much, to let it control him, but he had promised to cut back, to get his life together, and I had believed him. I had thought that our love was strong enough to overcome anything, that we could face any challenge as long as we were together. We were happy, or at least, I thought we were. We had our ups and downs like any couple, but I had never imagined that our relationship was as fragile as it turned out to be. My husband's drinking had been a problem, but he had promised to cut back, and for a while, it seemed like he was keeping his promises. He would attend meetings, therapy sessions, and support groups, and I would go with him, holding his hand, being his rock. But then he left for work for 6 months, and everything changed. He would call me, email me, and I would think that everything was fine, that our love was still strong, but it wasn't. He was living a double life, a life that I didn't know about, a life that would eventually destroy us. When he came back, I noticed that something was off. He was distant, cold, and detached. I tried to brush it off, to think that it was just the distance, the time apart, but deep down, I knew that something was wrong. And then I found the dating profiles. I was browsing through his phone, looking for a number, and I stumbled upon them. My heart sank, my world crumbled, and I felt like I had been punched in the gut. How could he do this to me? How could he betray me like this? I confronted him, and he promised to change, to seek help, to do whatever it took to save our marriage. But it was too late, the damage was done. On Christmas Eve, he left me to go meet another woman. I was alone, crying, feeling like my heart was breaking into a million pieces. I couldn't believe that he would do this to me, that he would choose another woman over me, over us. And then I found the messages where he told her that he wanted her babies, that he wanted to marry her. I felt like I was living in a nightmare, like I was trapped in a never-ending cycle of pain and heartache. I left him that day, I walked out, and I didn't look back. But then I found out I was pregnant, and against every instinct I had, I went back to him. I thought that maybe, just maybe, this was a wake-up call, that maybe he would finally realize what he was losing, that maybe he would finally fight for us. But it was all a lie. He promised to attend therapy sessions, to seek help, to do whatever it took to save our marriage, but he didn't. He didn't even try. And on Valentine's Day, I found more messages, more proof of his infidelity, and I knew that I had to leave, that I had to get out, that I had to save myself. The final straw was not the cheating, it was not the lies, it was not the broken promises. It was the fact that he didn't even care, that he didn't even try to fight for me, for us, for our unborn child. He didn't call, he didn't show up, he didn't check on me. He just let me go, like I was nothing, like I was disposable. And that's what hurt the most, that's what cut the deepest. It was the realization that I was not enough, that I would never be enough, that I was just a placeholder, a temporary fix, a distraction from his real desires. I'm 6 months pregnant now, alone, and scared. I've given up my job, my support system, my sense of security for a man who couldn't even give me the bare minimum of loyalty. I'm tired, I'm exhausted, I'm drained. I'm tired of being disappointed, tired of being pregnant and stressed, tired of loving someone who keeps proving he doesn't value me. I don't know what the future holds, I don't know what tomorrow will bring, but I do know that I have to keep moving forward, that I have to keep fighting, that I have to keep living. I'm left with so many questions, so many doubts, so many fears. Will I ever be able to trust again? Will I ever be able to love again? Will I ever be able to forgive? I don't know, but what I do know is that I deserve better, that I deserve to be loved, to be cherished, to be valued. And I hope that someday, somehow, I'll find that love, that I'll find that happiness, that I'll find that peace. Was I right to leave him, to walk away from the marriage, to start a new life on my own?
If you made it this far, Thank you for watching. Drop your verdict in the comments below. Subscribe for new stories every single day. And hit the notification bell so you never miss one.